I think it's also important to look at the statistics too of like, kind of like, so if you look at, it says if there are 1,000 sexual assaults, only 230 of them are reported.
Yeah. And
then that means like roughly 3 out of 4 are unreported. Mm-hmm. And then in that percentile of the 100% that are reported, it's like 2% are false claims. And, you know, it's really weird though, because lately I feel like a lot of stories on the news have been people that are being, the term on Twitter now is like uncanceled, you know, where people are praising the fact that the person, kind of what I was saying earlier, the person that they idolized is now kind of like in the clear. Yeah. You know? And that also just doesn't sit well with me for some reason. Not because I think that person should be, you know, under fire anymore. Yeah. If it's come out that, you know, what has happened is false. But the fact that you know that those people were just deep down inside not okay, or still believed that, you know, somebody couldn't do that.
Yeah, it is not a game to be won.
Yeah.
And there's still, even after claims are confirmed or debunked, there is still more to that situation and still more that needs to be done. And it's just not that simple to be like, oh, well, this is over now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that there's a lot of things that we, you know, and I'm including our listeners in kind of like this little family of people can do. I think there's I think it's really simple. I think when you see something, you say something, and then that person feels, you know, validated. Yeah. Of like, they don't have to go the rest of the day replaying that moment in their head of like, well, why didn't somebody say something? Or, I'm not going to talk about this, you know, and you know, it's just you just have to be ready to listen too. I mean, that's a hugely important. Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing, though, well, not the biggest thing, but the easiest thing to do from here is just talk to people. Yeah, talk to people about it. Say, you know, learn people's experiences so that in the future, if you see something similar to the same thing that maybe happened to somebody you know, where you know, even, I don't know, it's just it's super difficult to talk about, but you know, if somebody's open to talking about it with you, and I think it's important to have that dialogue with people about it.
Ultimately, we need to learn how to be more preventative and proactive so that we can you know, stop these things on the front end. Yeah. As best we can. Yeah. Of course.
I think it'll be really cool as well whenever our generation is having kids. Yeah. Like 15 years from now, you know, I hope that we are teaching our sons and daughters to not
do that.
First off, to not objectify. Yeah. And secondly too, if they are a little sleazeball, you know,
what if but not
beat they ass. Actually, don't do that. Don't beat they ass.
Thank you, Parker.
But you talk to them. I'm just saying that I think it's going to be interesting to see what the generation that comes after us, how they handle this too, because I don't really like using this term, but it seems like we've gotten woke, and it's about damn time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's going to be interesting to see a generation that was always woke about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so sorry that I used woke.
There are times when it is passable.
Applicable.
Yeah.
Maybe not applicable, but passable.
Yeah.
I don't think you should ever say woke
Well, you're saying it a lot.
I think I just want to see how many more times I can say it before the end of this episode.
Well, it's now, so.
Oh, the episode's... we're about to...
If you're going to keep saying woke.
Oh, we're cutting it up. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that... I think I've said my... Yeah. I think I've said my piece. I mean, remember those things that we said to do as listeners, as people who... Obviously, if you listen to this podcast, You're into pop culture to a degree.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about it. And I think it's important when people really care about that. You gotta, when you pick up that baton of loving something, you have to pick up the bad stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, not the bad stuff, but be prepared to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Are we not going to joke about something else for a little while before?
We're going to leave it on that one.
Okay. All right.
You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at The Sad Boys, patreon.com/thesadboys. And you can email us at thesadboys@gmail.com.
Did you say Instagram already?
No, it's all you, my friend.
Instagram, you can find us at The Saddest Boys. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ParkerBerry13 on Twitter and at ParkerBerry1 on Instagram. Follow me. Show me some love.
Like those pigs.
I need it. Not the love's the like.
Yeah.
Not the love likes.
And you can find me on Twitter at Gabe_I_Jones and on Instagram at Cardigan Jones.
I do have one more plug.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. So this episode's coming out on Monday. Or a Monday.
Yeah.
The Monday that you're listening to it. And Friday, I'm filming a movie.
Yeah.
And abuse of power, I don't care. I'm going to put my GoFundMe for the film up on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And because it's a movie I'm making and it's really important for me to tell it. And if you want to throw me like $2, that'll change the game, actually, because I would just throw up.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for listening to the Sad Boys podcast.
Stay woke, y'all.
Oh, God.
Bye, Felicia.